I'm standing on the balcony in Jerusalem of one of the hotels, and I'll tell you, the city is so unusually silent. No horns honking, no traffic. This is indicative of the beginning of the Feast of Tabernacles, the Feast of Booths, 7 days, that I believe is starting today. But what an unusual day to do so on October 7th, which is the date when Hamas so brutally I don't know if we understand what happened that day. You had a signal go off, and from air gliders to motorcycles, it's like a whole demonized population in a city went out with laughter and glee to burn alive, behead, take babies and use them as human footballs, and to brutalize in the most demonic way innocent human beings living alongside them who had no idea this was coming. When 9/11 happened in the United States, it was a shock. You remember that, right? Well, I want you to think about this. We lost about 2,500, 3,000 people. They come back again to the city. This place here, Israel, because it's just a small place, it lost the equivalent of 70,000 Americans. Let me put that in perspective. Because they're a smaller country, when you kill 2,000 Jews, the population, let's say 7 million, it's the equivalent of Al-Qaeda having killed 70,000 Americans on 9/11. Everyone would have known someone that was died, that was killed. Everyone would know a hostage. Someone would know someone who's a hostage. To have these people that have been in captivity for 3 years, 50% are dead now. We don't know how many are alive. Tortured during that period of time. I mean, here's the part that's kind of crazy. Don't mean to be a Debbie Downer. I'm putting this in perspective. This is a holy feast, God's nation of Israel. I'm right here at the time when this stuff's happening. But the thing that intrigues me, and I keep coming back to, is that God is using these things in order to prepare a people for himself. That the Bible says that eventually Israel comes to an encounter with the Lord. And these nations that are round about them are going to continue to multiply. Zechariah says, till all the nations of the world surround Jerusalem. The reason I'm saying that is because I keep coming back to this one thought. God is going to continue to use this anti-Semitism as a way of, in a sense, judging people, so that those who buy into this irrational hostility and hatred of the Jew are opening themselves up to strong delusion. You know, we always read about that, the Antichrist and strong delusion. Well, this is one right there. You see, how could support for Israel go down 30% in the United States ever since they were attacked? And of course, then we have our geniuses, who I will not mention by name because I don't want to get this TV program in trouble. But we got moronic people trying to tie Israel into killing Charlie Kirk. Oh, it's the Jews. It's always the Jews. The Jews are behind it all. And what's amazing is we have a red meat MAGA company right in our own ranks. Our most trusted people hate the Jews. And it's shocking. You say, well, I just can't say that. Actually, I'm saying it. Because they're poisoning the minds of many others to despise the Jewish people. Now, what's the redemptive good part? God is using it all to save Israel. God is using it all to separate nations. I keep talking about sheep and goat nations because Jesus is returning. I'm reading more about the prophecies in the Bible, and they're fascinating to me now. They're making sense like never before. And Jesus will return right to the Mount of Olives. This same Jesus that you saw go is coming in like manner. And he's coming, and he'll start in the area of Judah, because it says in Zechariah that the Judah territory will not be last but first, which means when Jesus makes his sweeping military move to end the reign of Antichrist, he'll be coming in from that direction in Judah towards Jerusalem. And the details are all so powerfully pre-written. I'm reading it like for the first time I've ever seen it before, because I realize this replacement theology, this Well, the church is the real Israel of God, and the Jews, well, what the heck's wrong with them? Their fault for rejecting Jesus, and they're by themselves. And why should America get involved with Israel's Middle East woes? And why should they drag us into a conflict? Give them weapons, but don't get dragged in. I fear that our country, our side of the aisle, will continue to talk like that, and that we'll forsake our own mercy. I don't think J.D. Vance is really a Trump when it comes to moving the embassy, getting involved with the Abraham Accords. Trump is a unique character. J.D. Vance may learn from him, but when the switcheroo happens, and J.D. is the front runner, and he's now the future of the party, brother, you better hope that his theology isn't shaped by Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and some of my friends on other platforms I'll leave unmentioned at the moment. But that's what's on my mind, how close we are to the end. And I'm doing especially for Gene Bailey right now, my friend, because I'm here in Israel doing it. And brother, I believe that we're living in that time when God is, this little sliver of land with 6 to 8, 9 million people is on the news daily, taking over 6 billion people's lives. Why? Because the cosmic conflict of the ages comes down to this little sliver of ground right here. Satan wants to destroy this Israel people. But the Jews first, then the Gentiles. If they persecute the Jew, they'll come for the Gentile next. And Islam is going to get more and more hostile in the process. Just saying. All right, but I believe it's all Bible. I believe we're living in the Bible times. And that gives me excitement. Talk to you guys later. God bless.